This morning, people across the South cleaning up after a weekend of wild weather. A deadly outbreak of storms tearing through parts of Texas.
Oh my gosh.
And Georgia, with nearly 40 possible tornadoes reported across 5 states and at least 4 storm-related fatalities. Among the victims, an 18-year-old woman in Mississippi who died after a tree slammed into her family home. Days of severe weather also leaving streets flooded and trees and power lines down across the South. This morning, tens of thousands remain without power, and countless homes have now been reduced to rubble.
You can look down the hall there, and there's a tree.
Brandon, Mississippi resident Wendy Freeman says she's lucky to be alive.
And if I had gone to the bathroom, I'd be dead, because that's where the tree landed.
Is it tough to see your home this way?
God's going to get me through it.
While in Alabama, neighbors are helping neighbors pick up the pieces.
It's a blessing just to see the people coming together and helping out where they can help.
With millions heading home after the holidays, the weather also disrupting travel on the roads.
It wasn't as bad as it was for Thanksgiving, but it still was pretty bad.
And in the air, with hundreds of flights canceled and thousands more delayed on Sunday alone.
We got a text at 1 o'clock this morning that the plane was delayed 5 hours.
Rainy weather could also put a damper on New Year's Eve celebrations in Times Square.
3, 2, 1.
But massive crowds are still expected to watch the iconic ball drop.
And the same storm system that caused all these problems across the South this weekend is now headed east toward New England, bringing heavy rain, strong winds. Fortunately, the South is getting a break today and the next few days so that all this cleanup can begin. Allie?
And plenty of it. Kathy Park, thank you.
Dylan is in for Al this morning, tracking these storms, and we're really getting our first real good look at what New Year's Eve is going to look like for a lot of folks, and maybe a wet one here in New York.
I know, it's tomorrow after all, right? Yeah. So we should know what's going to happen by now. But the heavy rain from the storm system that Kathy was just talking about, that is now moving up across New England, eastern Long Island, into eastern Connecticut and Rhode Island. We also have a little bit of wet weather back through Cleveland up into Buffalo, and also a secondary storm system that's going to bring in some rain and snow back through the upper Midwest, the northern plains. This is going to dive down through eastern Nebraska as we go into later on this afternoon into this evening. We'll see some heavier rain across parts of Arkansas into Missouri. We'll see some of that heavier rain. And then this is going to make for the rainy New Year's Eve for New York City. Here you see by 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, we will see some of the rain. So for those folks who are hanging out there, you know, well before the ball drops, we will certainly see some of that rain. Whether or not it's still raining right at midnight is still yet to be determined. I mean, it'll be close, like 11:30, we could see that rain come to an end. But either way, most of the evening leading up to it will be pretty damp as this area of low pressure moves through. And then on the backside of it, we will start to see some of those colder temperatures wrap in some of that lake effect snow. But for today, we also have some record high temperatures down across the southern plains, and windy conditions will increase the fire risk in that area too.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.